Good morning, friends. It is a beautifully atmospheric morning today. That's one way of putting it anyway. It is very rainy, very dreich, and it's kind of one of my favourite weathers. I kind of go between both. I really love a beautiful sunny day with no wind and it's just lovely. And then I also just absolutely love and have loved for many years a light rain, drizzly day with no wind. Again, not a big fan of the wind. And I've been wanting to film one of these videos for quite a while because I filmed one a few months ago, a sort of rainy day walk in Edinburgh, and you seem to quite like it. So I'm thrilled because I really enjoyed doing that video, and I've just been patiently waiting for another day where it would be a lovely amount of rain, not too much. Also, I know a few of you prefer it when I attach my mic to my clothes, but I did try this morning and it just kept flopping. This is too floppy. It's not holding up, so I'm just going to hold it here. Anyway, I'm going to have my cup of tea, I'm going to have something to eat, and then I'm going to get all dressed up in my rain gear, and we are going to head, I know for the last rainy day video we did Old Town, but that seemed like months ago, so I thought it would be just interesting to go back to Old Town again and see what it's like post-festival, because the last time I was there I think was for the Edinburgh Tattoo, and it was really busy. So now that it's September, it might be a lot more manageable. So we're going to go and check that out and have a little wander, just see where my feet take me. And at some point, I would love to go to a cafe because rainy days are all good. I love them. But at some point, I feel like I need to go into a cafe and get warmed up, dried off, enjoy a hot cuppa. And I'm going to bring my book with me as well. So that is the plan for the day. And I'd love to have you join me for a rainy day walk. So it's not as heavy now, it's more of a light drizzle, but the city is still so pretty. The pavements are glistening and I can still hear the pitter-patter of the rain on my umbrella, and I really have a thing for umbrellas. I think they look so sweet. Just instead of people walking about, you just see all these little umbrellas bobbing about, and it's just so cute. Anyway, just gonna take a little wander around Old Town, I think. So we're on the Royal Mile, just made it to the top, and I was deciding which way to go. I think we're going to head down Canongate a little bit, just for a little browse, and then maybe back up again. thought it might be fun to pop down a few of the closes on the way, just to see how they're doing. This one is still pretty summery looking, but there are little hints of autumn. Other than obviously the traffic is still quite busy, what a difference it makes. We're just in a few days into September and you can really tell it's just so much quieter wandering around than it is in August. Since we were so near, I couldn't resist just popping into Dunbar Close Garden for a little browse to see what's in bloom, and it's so peaceful. There's nobody in the garden. However, I think there might be some kind of wedding photos being taken because there's a group of people standing in the close, sheltering from the rain. But the garden itself, beautifully quiet. You can maybe hear them. And just looks so beautiful with this sort of, I think on a day like this it's so moody and subdued and muted that the colours of the flowers are just popping even more. It's just so beautiful. Actually, before we leave the garden, I wonder if any of the roses might still be in bloom. I feel it's maybe a bit too late for that, but let's have a look. Okay, so I was pretty certain that there used to be roses here. However, either I'm wrong or they've changed it in the past few years. Both is quite likely. Oh my goodness, you're so cute! Hopefully you can hear me because it is quite loud, but now that we've gone partially down Canongate, I think I'm going to head back up the Royal Mile and at some point find a cafe and read my book for a little while. Okay, so the further we go up the Royal Mile, the busier it's getting, which is not unusual, but I just don't really feel like crowds, especially with the brolly. Very, very tricky. So I think I'm gonna take a little detour and head down, and maybe let's walk through Princess Street Gardens and see how their trees are looking, and then let's go to a cafe, and I have one in mind actually. I've not been here for a while, so I didn't realise how many locks had been added. I forgot about the 1 o'clock cannon at the castle, and it gave me such a fright. Such a shock. Yeah, sorry I didn't manage to film it for you because I'm literally, the castle's just behind me. I could have got a really nice shot of it. I was wondering why people were filming, and then boom. Anyway, now let's go. This is a terrible angle, I do apologise. Let's go and get a cuppa because I'm in desperate need of some a nice warm cuppa and some sugar. I'm thinking maybe a hot chocolate would be quite nice. And we're going to go to, I think, the Cobbled Roastery if they're not too busy. Well, that was lovely. Such a cozy spot and has really good hot chocolate, in my opinion. Oh my goodness, I still have hot chocolate on my face. They sell bare bones hot chocolate, which is a personal favourite, and you even get the choice. You can have their dark chocolate, which I had, or I think that there's a salted caramel one as well. But I really was in the mood for a dark chocolatey malty drink, so that's what I went for. And now I'm just debating. I'm either heading home or I'm going to visit my friend Claire and the Fluffs. I'm seeing them today. It's at the bus. Just haven't quite decided what time. I'm just walking past Topping's bookshop, and it feels rude not to pop in for a quick little browse and bring you along. I feel like it's perfect rainy day cozy activity. And that's me back home. I ended up having a lovely time after the bookshop. I met up with Claire and the Fluffs, and we took them to Portobello Beach for a little walk for a change. I didn't end up filming that just because it was a little bit miserable on the beach with the rain and the wind, and just kept my phone in my pocket, but had a really lovely time with them. And yeah, I'm all cozy now. I'm back home. I've got my onesie on because there is a nip in the air. It's definitely feeling more like autumn. And even the nights, I've got my fairy lights on and the nights are drawing in. I've got my cup of tea as well, and just feeling generally very cozy. And I'm also really quite looking forward to cozy season. There are some downsides, obviously, the darkness and the cold. But I think it'll be just lovely having the fairy lights on more, maybe some candles lit, and making the most of the daylight that we do have. So the other thing with the autumn winter months coming is, hopefully, if you did enjoy this video, there will be more opportunities to film more rainy day videos, because generally we get so much rain in winter. And I would love to actually do rainy day walks around different neighbourhoods, not just Old Town, but Leith maybe, Stockbridge and West End again, and just, branching out across the city for different rainy day walks. Anyway, I hope that wherever you are in the world, that you're having a lovely day, that you're staying cozy. Well, if you're in a warm country, maybe you don't want to stay cozy, but I hope that you get all of those cozy feelings. And I will see you all very soon. Thanks again for watching. Bye.